Hello Swatchfesters, I have another review today. It's going to be a Dior nail polish since I got two of the colours in the Kingdom of Colours range that is out for spring 2015. Now I have, this is my left hand, I have prepared it with its usual Jerome nail hardener. I'm halfway on this stuff and it hasn't thickened up, which is really nice. I actually I cared this week and I did quite a few things to my hands. I've used, whoops, wrong thing. I've used the Cuticle Eliminator by Butter London. I've used other cuticle erasers in the past and I am not the best at pushing back my cuticles. I find it a bit creepy and gross, but I did it and I think I did a half decent job. It made all the difference. It's funny when you push it back. I use the fancy tools, so I've used one of these, scary, and I then used all the little scary hangnails that came out. And little bits of cuticle, I actually clipped them, even though I've heard that it can increase your risk of infection, but the point being they're my tools, I disinfect them, they're only used on my hands, so who cares, you know. I guess if it wouldn't matter if I was going to have a manicure done and I was sharing it around or not disinfecting in between, but that's my prepped nails with the Jerome and some cuticle erasing. So let's get into this review. I've already pulled the lid off, sorry, it was premature. Oops, I always do that the wrong way around. That's what Glory looks like. It looks very similar to Lucky in the old range. I should probably dig that up and do a comparison, but online other people have mentioned it's a bit like Lucky. I loved Lucky, hated the formula because it wasn't one of these gel effect ones that is now the new Dior formula. So let's get cracking on, shall we? Always struggle with the first coat, as you know, that is my thing. Trying to carefully not get it to pull in my cuticles. Oh, it's very pretty. Now obviously great for spring in the Northern Hemisphere. It's currently winter coming into spring for us in the Southern Hemisphere. There we go. Just talking about hoping it won't pull in my cuticles and then I slap it in there. It's a little bit, it's quite liquid actually, this formula, compared to the last one I did. Let's try and fix that up. You can see that. Don't you love watching me do this sort of correction job? That's better. Yeah, it's not bad for those of us that are living in summer at the moment, coming into autumn. Get some use out of these bright pinky, corally colours. I'm quite a fan of these colours. I think they look nice on my skin tone. Don't mind them from a lip colour perspective. I actually did get the Dior Balm de Rose, whatever, what is it called? Rouge Dior Balm, it's B-A-U-M-E, in a strange colour. It's like a coral. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head at the moment, but it also launched with Kingdom of Colours and I had a couple of problems with that at the start. It sort of peeled on my lips, but I did the trusty run it over a tissue a few times to loosen the top layer and lift the first layer, and since then it's been great. But it's very similar to this colour. It's quite pretty. Very, very emollient, very, very, it is a balm at the end of the day, so you don't end up with a fantastic, you know, matte look or anything like that if that's what you were going for. It is a far sheerer coverage, but it matches perfectly to this colour. So I might be cracking that out during the week, depending on how the weather sort of turns out. I find that I sort of go darker in summer sometimes. Oh, that's not bad. Coat 1 on the left hand. Yay! So yes, I quite like this already. It's very pretty. I like girly shades, even though I do like them a bit edgier. Like I'm a big fan of the blue. And I was tossing up whether I was going to do this colour this time or something a little bit deeper and moodier, given that, you know, the Northern Hemisphere is currently living in winter, and given that we're also heading into autumn, even though it's still quite warm where we are. But I decided crack out the bright cherry colour instead. And so here we are. I might have to fix up that. I'm not doing the best job of laying this one down today. So we'll have our days of dodgy. I think it's because it does seem a little bit wetter than the last Dior I used. You know, we've all been there, slightly different between polishes, even though it's the same brand. I'll be a bit more careful with my cuticle application. Now hopefully you guys are enjoying the different setup of lighting. I've had some problems with the lighting in these videos, so I've changed my lighting so that it should be less shadowy, hopefully. It is bright as hell from where I'm sitting. I do the videos in the evening after, you know, the work day and, you know, dealing with kids as well. You know, my kids probably don't want to know that I do this at night. Probably think I've gone crazy. So I do this late, and so it's always dark outside, and as such this lighting setup is scorchingly bright. The upside of it being scorchingly bright is Mr. Archie, the cat that features in most of my videos, has decided to eradicate himself from the general area because I think it's way too bright for him and he can't handle it, which is quite funny. Alright, coat 2, let's do this thing. Ugh, it's very nice. I probably say that in every single video. It's very pretty. It's very nice. It is very nice. A little bit too much colour there. I quite like this. The husband likes the odd bright colour, I find. He's not a fan of nude on my nails or on my lips, and that doesn't really suit me. I'm more of a bold colour person. I think it's, you know, those of you that saw my lipstick review of the Marc Jacobs lipsticks that I own would see that my natural lip colour has quite a bit of red to it, so I can't really nude that out very well without it looking like I'm sick. So I have a tendency to sort of go that colour, like berries or mauves, if I want to do a nude. I can't really rock the browns at all, and or bold. This reminds me not just of the Bomb colour, the rouge one, but also of a NARS colour called, I think it's called Grace, in the new Audacious lipsticks. Oh, did you see what I just did there? See, this is the joy of video. You get to see me absolutely stuff up and then try and correct it. I'm sure Top Coat will sort that out, any bumpiness, and I'll clean up the edge with my trusty little nail polish remover trick. It was definitely more liquid than Lady was, so a little bit more care required. Those of you looking to buy this colour, unless you're used to a lot more liquid formula than I am. Plus with the brush you sort of pick up quite a lot. Right, let's get this done. So I was saying, oh yeah, NARS Audacious lipstick in Grace I think is similar to this colour. We've got one called Greta, which is a pinker version. I should take a swatch of those and put them up because I quite like the Audacious formula. Granted, it is extremely full coverage and it lasts forever on your lips and stains them too, especially if you buy the sort of colours that I buy, which are the bolder colours, but I was pleasantly surprised with those. And they don't feel like they are desiccating your lips like some formulas of lipstick. I have the most unforgiving lips for lipstick. Stuff that my friends swear are moisturising, I'm like, oh my god, my lips have never been so dry in my life. So I'm very, very careful, which is why I'm more of a lip gloss junkie than a lipstick. But I'm finding them, it's like as I get older, I am starting to love the lipstick more, just from a convenience factor and also the shine. I'm thinking maybe I can't rock it. All in my head. I'm not that old. So anyway, ignore the daggy bit that you can see from me with the little polish edge. I'm just going to do something wrong, which is try not to tuck it. Look at all the tricks that I try. It's not too bad. Okay, that's 2 coats. Hello, prettiness. That is bright. That's very, very pretty. Love those sort of colours. Excuse me. That's Glory. Ta-da! Look. It looks very different in the bottle compared to the nail. Let me try and get the angle right. But it looks slightly lighter, I think. Alright, off to our hardware top coat that we love. Well, that I love. Maybe you don't love. If you don't love it, maybe you should go looking for it. You'll love it. I find that it works really well over Dior. Actually, it works over everything, but I've got the Dior top coat. I actually think this works better than the Dior one, the gel top coat. I've got both, the normal Bogo one and this one. I actually like the Butter London more. The nail polish itself is extremely glossy. Hopefully I've captured just how glossy it is. It's super shiny. So, I love that. It's funny, I've got a matte top coat that OPI had. I've never used it. I've thought about using it for nail art once in a while where, you know, do a glossy nail and then do a French tip that's matte. I might do that as we get into darker colours and, you know, start the nail art for beginners type thing. But I've even got a dotting tool where I thought to dot that, but I've never been a fan of that matte look. I also don't find that when I've tried it, it hasn't worn on my nails well at all. That chips within 24 hours and then, you know, I'm back to square one within a day thinking maybe I need to repaint my nails. So, big fan of the glossy look. Plus, when my nails look nice and glossy, it draws attention from the fact that the rest of my hands look dry and terrible. So here we go, nearly done. Quite really liking this. So pretty, so pretty. It's just one of those, I can see this being one of those universal colours. You know, in the middle of winter, I'd be so happy to crack this out, just, you know, wearing charcoal and grey and navy. You need a little pop of colour. This and a similar coloured lip and you're set. That's all you need to cheer it up. You could even get a scarf like that. I'm one of those people who's an avid knitter of scarves. Granted, whenever I knit them, my friends sort of confiscate them saying, oh, can I have that? You can knit another one. And then I inevitably knit it and then it's somebody else's scarf. Not that you need to know that about me. All right, we have our base. We have 2 coats of Glory, 1 coat of top coat. Ta-da, just that's the Butter London. And there we go. Ta-da. Oops, excuse a flake of dry top coat. Very, very pretty. Glory, absolutely love it. Expecting to wear this all week. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to see the review, it's available on swatchfest.com. And I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.